Hello and welcome. This is the Tuber Reviewer. And I think it's very important to try different things when you're starting out a new channel to see what works. So today, instead of doing a fully scripted one, I'm doing a live reaction. So here we are with Becky Williams. This is amazing. I am really struggling with flow and how to make our videos more exciting. So let's give them a quick check.
And then the L stands for leaves.
What are you doing over there? Look, I was zoomed in. Look how far away he is. He does not.
Okay, we're 9 seconds in. I don't know what it is that I'm watching. The title is Hurricane Watch and Nature Walks. You've put the two together. There's no music to show like, oh, this is just a temporary thing and it's gonna really build up to a blast and then it's gonna start the proper video. But currently it just seems like you've just edited two things together.
I don't like spiders. That's where
An intro, okay. How long is said intro gonna go for? It's too long. It's double as long as what it should be if you even have one. This intro so far has gone for 35 seconds. And then it cuts. I need to go back on this. You have to learn to merge cuts as well. It's called bridging the cut. Now what you could do is you can have the audio going right up until a certain point and then BAM! Music stops for effect. That's one way of doing it. Look into bridging the cut. I noticed there, at the beginning of that, it starts off with a BAM BAM. So you have this music going. And then when that starts, that's when you cut the other music track. Audio's not great. The camera should be further away. She should be further away from the projected screen. That's what I do, so I'm actually quite a distance away from my back area here. I'm standing quite a ways in front, and then you just kind of signal at it as you are doing things. And then that camera is as far against that wall as it can go. It can't actually go any further that way.
Here we got the hurricane schedule.
Clanking of dishes in the background doesn't really make for an interesting video. Like, I get that sometimes a household is just working and ongoing, but currently I don't know what this video is. I'm actually struggling to figure it out what it is and how to explain why I'm struggling to understand what this video is. Who is the main person of this video? Now, sometimes you can have group collaborative things, say like a cow chop or achievement hunter. But they generally have somebody that's in charge of it, somebody that's running the show. That way, that's the person you engage with and everybody else plays off that particular person. So far, I don't really get it. Also, I'm not a parent, so this doesn't really apply to me, so that may make this a bit biased. Huh.
take them off the map.
Okay, so I think this isn't a video for entertainment, more of a reaction of kids doing things. So you maybe probably should have really set up this video as a reaction to kids doing things type thing.
I'm being a teacher because you don't know what's...
So it's really hard to explain this, but probably have an expectation set up for the person, then subvert that expectation with what the kids are doing. I currently don't have any context. I do not know what is going on, and that is a big foible here. It just doesn't work.
He lives in the White House. Which is where? There.
No.
Okay, here we go. Now I'm starting to understand why this might be entertaining. All right, so it's clicked. It's clicked to me what the problem is you're not seeing the reaction of the people's face. People really do engage mostly with the face, and all you were seeing then was just kids doing things that kids do. What you really needed was somebody giving a reaction to this, as opposed to just behind the camera, somebody giving a bit of a stifled laugh every now and again.
There.
Yes, right in there.
Oh, we clearly need to work. Oh, American history. That's what we're studying this.
Yeah, okay, so this is mildly amusing, but really you have to have somebody at the central core of this. As I said, the one person that is the center of this, so then you can gauge everyone else off of that reaction. Think of it as the viewer is trying to live through this person's reaction. There is no person to live through this reaction because you're not seeing anybody. There's no face to engage with. There's no emotion from this face. There's just disembodied laughter. It's peculiar. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's probably why this doesn't do very well out of your circle of friends and acquaintances. Now, the reason why I say friends and acquaintances there very specifically is because they know these people. They have that emotional connection already built. But as a viewer, I don't have that.
Down.
Here?
And we're back to the same old format.
Alright.
Okay, we're onto a different section now of cooking. No setup, no explanation. I don't know, what are you cooking? What are you doing? Then you go from a really high quality music audio to this.
Oh, hello, I did not see you there. I'm working on a cake.
So, one thing that I've said to everyone so far, mise en scène. The very least you can do is clean up. So here you've got like a cluttered workspace, you've got this here which doesn't fit very well, you've got trash on the ground here, a chair that seems broken, and some other mess in the background. This is all distracting stuff. It's distracting away from what really should be the main target of what the audience is going to view here, which is this, and as a side, this. This is, and you figured this out so far, the most important thing here. So see what you've done here. You've tried to do a cooking video, but it ended up being more of a montage. And it really probably should have been a reaction video with little bits of montage cut into it. Check out Julian's videos to how he puts his together, which is the first video that I reacted to. And now we're suddenly heading somewhere. No context whatsoever. I don't know what to expect. So, you really do have to set expectations. And that is something that is missing from every part here. And I think if you get these two things, one, a single person of which the whole video is done in relation from, and two, context for everything. That is the most important thing that you are missing, is the context. I don't know what to expect, so you're just doing something, and I'm watching this going, am I interested in this? And me personally, no. But if I'm set up with a question that I want answered, like, oh, we're gonna go and try to do this, or this is what we're gonna do, or this is the cake we're gonna bake, like, I'm gonna watch this and go, oh, you've got a bit of a journey going to get together to make this cake, and I think you're going somewhere to eat this cake now? I don't know, is that cake part done? Because the weather forecasting part just kind of fizzled out and went nowhere. Once again, that audio transition, not good. You should, like, what you really should have done is with this establishing shot, this is taking me a long time to calculate all of the things that are wrong here. With this establishing shot, you should have had something actually started. And at that point, you could have had audio, people talking, and that would have helped you figure out how to do the audio transition. Because currently, that's a very distracting thing that is just taking away from the whole experience that should be your video. Conversely, what you could have done is picked a song that was the correct length and had it go all the way across. Sometimes if I find a song doesn't have anywhere where I can hide a cut and lengthen out a song, I will go in and I will cut along a certain beat and then try to match it up with an earlier part of the song so I can extend it out to be the length that it needs to be to avoid this. Like, it only takes a minute or two if you know how to use editing, obviously, but yeah, you really do need to avoid that again. That's the second time. Still no context. Still don't know what we're doing. Still nothing. That's a little entertaining.
This is the first lake we've ever been to before.
But that's as far as you go with that. There's nothing else there.
With good reason.
Not the same as ocean water.
Definitely not. And it's colorful. Why is it colorful? What minerals are in this lake?
So that probably should have been one of the first things that you actually had on camera. This is dialogue. This is something to connect to. But really, we don't have much of a context of who this is from. We really need to see your face if you're the voice of the video. This is just meandering. Nothing is happening. All you've done is gone over the one interesting thing 3 times. It's not going well.
From the deluxe.
No. No, Colin's not in charge.
Okay, so if you wanted to have these 2 things go together, the beach and this park, you should have maybe had some sort of transition where you say, no, this water is too disgusting. I'm moving on, and then have this. And then go, oh dear, this as well, when he's climbing up on the top there when he shouldn't be.
Oh, that hurt. Did that hurt?
No.
Oh.
Let's go.
Okay, so if you wanted to chuck in little bits of effect there, what you could have done is overexposed the image in post and given it a lot of shake, like a yeah! And then like when she says it doesn't hurt, yeah.
You pull the whole tree down.
Okay. I think I'm going to stop right there. I'm done. You do things, and that can be interesting, but currently, this is not what I would call filmmaking. This is what you would call Kino Eye, which is a very artsy type of film thing, which is literally like a fly-on-the-wall type thing. Most people aren't going to find this entertaining for the reasons that I've laid out before. I'm sorry. Let's go check out the rest of the channel. You haven't set up your channel? When you go to your channel, you should have this right here and customize your channel a little bit so then people have an introductory video when they click over to go to your channel. I do, however, like this top banner here. It looks kind of good. Even though the background is gray, it is offset by the fact that these things are so colorful. So your thumbnails seem on point. They're fairly decent. Maybe pick a better font. Maybe make the titles a little bit shorter, so then they can be a little bit more succinct, but that's fairly good. Really, it just comes down to your videos being a little lackluster. I'm gonna check out this one. How to homeschool legally. Oh, okay. All right, we have a little bit of narrative here.
Good evening, madam. I am the truancy police. Are these your children?
Yes, what are you doing with my children? They're not truant.
Okay, a
Homeschooled.
little bit of
They're
directing.
not on the list.
I-
Register.
All right,
your
this was
children.
good, but it's so far gone too far. Like, gone too
Does this ever
long.
happen to you?
Don't let this happen to you.
Once again, the exceptionally long intro.
So I'm here.
So here, I'm instantly put off by what I'm seeing. It's a very bland background, monochromatic. You're not really the same person as you were. You should probably put a little bit more energy into this, but generally just have an interesting background. So the rest of my house is a goddamn mess. It's absolutely horrible. But I set this up, I got the camera, I've got the positioning correct, got the shallow depth of field. It just looks a whole lot better. You may want to have like a chalkboard in your background, have this kids' school desks there, but this is just boring, and I'm like, well, started off so entertaining, one might say, and then they see this, and then they may say something else. I'm scrubbing through here,
Just say, okay, I'm going to homeschool and expect that.
and at no point
you will end
are you
up-
showing what homeschooling looks like. You really should have done that. Aside from that, goodbye. See you in the next video.